Is winter officially over in Park City? I mean, that's a great question to ask right now. Being that it's 70 degrees outside, clear blue skies, and it seems like it's better to go be laying out by the pool than to be, strapping on your boots and your ski pants. But the mountains are still open. So that's a great question to ask if you're thinking about coming to Park City anytime soon. Right now is mid-March. My name is Mike Diamond. I'm with Park City Brokers, and let's talk about what happens in this type of a winter, spring type of environment. And like I've been telling clients, every winter is different. Just because we're having a bad winter or it's not the biggest winter doesn't mean that that everything's going to change moving forward, or that global warming is going to shut down all the ski resorts. I've lived out here for 12, 13 years now. Every single winter is different. Sometimes, you have snow, you're skiing thigh-deep powder in mid-November through the end of March or into April. Sometimes there's no snow until January. This winter happens to be a really historically low snow winter. And it happens. You can't control the weather. But the mountain's still open, people are skiing. I was up just a couple days ago, just messing around on the groomers, and it was pretty busy. There was a lot of people out there. It is spring break going on right now, so lots of kids that's out there enjoying the groomed runs and the nice weather. But what also happens in a winter like this is, coming where, past March 15th, what are we, about the 18th right now? So, you get, the golf courses are there's no snow on them. They're not green yet, they're a little brown, and they're not open yet, but the practice ranges will start opening. So start working on your golf game a little bit early this year. You can get out there and start fishing. The hiking trails, I bet you go out to, I haven't been out there yet, in a while, but you go out to Round Valley, I bet you can get out there and hike right now. And it's probably close to being able to bike it as well. So, some winters are huge and they last too long. Some are just, just the right length. I always think that, in Park City, we have just the right length of winters here. You get, you have a handful of really cold days, but a lot of really nice days where you're just low 30s to mid 30s, clear blue skies. The storm comes in, dumps some fresh powder, and then it's nice and sunny again after that. But, hey, this winter's happened to be not a great one. But don't let that spook you on Park City or any of the other Rocky Mountain resorts. It'll be back to a huge winter next year. And what does that mean for real estate? I haven't seen, the market really be affected by us having, a low snow year. Sales are still good. Great properties are still selling fairly quickly. There's a lot of ski condos and ski homes that are coming on the market where inventory is really low that are selling in days or weeks. And these are, multi-million-dollar properties. And, the other homes are taking a little longer to sell. But, we just had a few sales. We had one that we put on the market, sold in 5 days. A couple lots we sold in, I think, 2 weeks. So the market is still going well. With that said, I have had a number of clients that have, canceled their trips to Park City because, there's not great snow and, it might spook some people. It shouldn't. We still have the Olympics coming in 2030. There's the new development is this continuing to grow. Deer Valley East Village, the Four Seasons, the Waldorf, Cormont. The opportunities are endless right now. The new construction, if you're not familiar with how those work, the to-be-built properties are a great investment opportunity where you can get in with just a fraction down to secure your price and your property, and the balance isn't due until completion. And a lot of times that's 2 years out. So you lock your property in, you lock your price in, you put a deposit down, usually around 15 to 20%, with the balance due at completion. So during that time, let's say, for example, you bought a $2 million condo and you put your 20% down out of that, so $400,000 down to lock the price and the condo in. By the time it's completed, that could very likely be worth $2.5 million, $3 million. You don't know, but the market seems to be going in one direction here, and it's up. So the longer you wait, the more you're going to pay. So with that said, if we're talking about East Village area specifically, there's a lot of the infrastructure, the shops and restaurants that are continuing to be built out and developed. So if you're looking for a new development opportunity, that's a good place to invest, because as you're waiting for construction to be completed and you don't have to pay the full amount of your property, the infrastructure and the amenities are being developed more. So that's an increase your property value, the usability of the property. Resales are still doing great here depending on location. There's condos in Canyons Village and Old Town and Lower Deer Valley. There's lots of homes available all throughout Park City area, including, the Colony and Upper Deer Valley and Deer Crest. And if you're looking for a golf club property, one of our gated golf club communities like Promontory or Toohey, even Victory Ranch or Red Ledges, there's a good amount of inventory to choose from right now. And being that we're coming into spring, into shoulder months, shoulder seasons are, April, May, and October, November. This is a great time to buy. You have less competition. Sellers are serious. And sometimes they're more negotiable. So if you're really looking to, invest or buy, your family's vacation home in Park City, this is a great time to buy. It's a great time to look. Don't let the warm weather scare you away. It should actually make you want to come. It literally is a great time to be outside right now. You could probably even swim in the hotel pool if you're coming to visit. But it is honestly 71 degrees outside today. Clear blue skies. It's beautiful. And if you want, you can get up on the mountain and ski. You're not going to be skiing knee-deep powder. You're probably not going to be going up 99.90, or I wouldn't recommend it, at least if it's even open. But you can go out there and have fun and make some turns. And then you can walk around Main Street and go check out the galleries and some shops. And you can go tour real estate. But there's a lot to do this time of year. All the restaurants are open. Town is still buzzing. You can check out all the new development opportunities without dealing with a blizzard or, big snowbanks or having to worry about driving through a snowstorm right now. It's just beautiful. And I'm sure the golf courses will be open soon, and the hiking trails and the biking trails. So coming into summer, it's a great time to be in Park City and to visit Park City and to go house hunting in Park City. And if that's what you're thinking to do, call me, email me, reach out. Mike Diamond with Park City Brokers.